Whoopi Goldberg recently shared the details of how she chose to say goodbye to her mother. During an interview with Seth Meyers, she talked about her new autobiography, and specifically the story of how she disposed of her mom's ashes on a ride at Disneyland. Continue reading to hear the whole story. The View host is currently making her rounds to other talk shows to promote her autobiography, Bits and Pieces. My Mother, My Brother, and Me. On Wednesday, she appeared on Late Night with Seth Meyers. During their conversation, Whoopi Goldberg provided details about one of the stories she tells in her book. The Sister Act star chose a rather unconventional method of getting rid of her mother's ashes. Typically, people want to be spread at the beach or in the mountains. Whoopi decided to ditch her mom's ashes on a ride at Disneyland. No one should do this. Don't do it, Whoopi laughed, warning the audience that it isn't something Disney promotes. She continued, her mom, loved Small World. So in the Small World ride, periodically, I'd scoop some of her up, and I'd do this poof. And I said, my God, this cold is getting worse and worse. And then we got over to the flowers where it says, Disneyland, and I was like, oh, look at that. Poof. After she'd done the deed, the View host felt like she owed it to the Disneyland workers to let them know what she did. I told them I did it. I wanted to make sure, actually, that I hadn't done something that was dangerous, because it hadn't occurred to me, she said. But there's a reason they don't want ashes just floating around. In her book, Bits and Pieces, Whoopi Goldberg provided more information on why she chose to spread her mom's ashes at Disneyland, and specifically on It's a Small World. Apparently, it was a sentimental location for her late mother. It was her vision of what human beings should be, these children of the world. All colors, religions, and cultures together. Disney had made it seem possible that all the kids of the world would hold hands in unity, Whoopi wrote in the book. She continued, sharing that most of her ashes went into the Small World ride, which was her favorite. Clyde and I were subtle about it, kind of sneezing Mab here and there when no one was looking. We didn't get caught, but I confessed it later to a park employee, she wrote. They weren't surprised, and they certainly were not happy about it. Emma Harris, Whoopi Goldberg's mom, died in 2010 after suffering from a stroke. The View host says that her new book is a love letter to the individuals who raised her, with a special emphasis on her mom and brother, Clyde. Clyde also passed away in 2015 after having a brain aneurysm.